Connect sana guys.
In your mind, cutting down trees may be seen as one of the negative actions that affect the living environment of human beings. However, sometimes the removal of unnecessary trees or planting trees for the purpose of later harvesting and application in the wood industry has been carefully calculated and planned. Therefore, the techniques and tools for cutting down trees also need to be calculated beforehand. In the following, we will help you gain a deeper understanding of this job. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel to experience it together. A worker dressed in protective gear stands amidst a dense forest operating a large wood-cutting machine. In front of him stands a gigantic pine tree towering tens of meters high with a thick trunk and countless branches covered in green leaves. The sound of the saw echoes through the forest as the blade continuously cuts into the trunk, separating heavy pieces of wood. The worker is highly focused, skillfully operating the saw with his hands and constantly moving to find the best position for cutting. Large pieces of wood fly out, branches break and fall to the ground, shaking everything around. The scene is like a perfectly completed painting, with the worker being the master of the piece. Although cutting down such a massive tree may seem simple, it requires the utmost concentration, skill, and experience of the worker. Chopping down ancient rosewood trees is a difficult task that requires a specific plan to avoid damaging the pristine forest. Firstly, we need to conduct an investigation and locate the positions of the rosewood trees while assessing their health and size to plan the most efficient and cost-effective method for felling them. After identifying the location of the trees, we need to determine the direction of the tree's fall, and then calculate the precise precision for the cut to ensure that the felling does not pose a threat to people and animals in the forest. The most important aspect of the logging process is to avoid indiscriminate exploitation and to minimize the use of resources within a specific area, ensuring that the forest is protected and maintained in its natural state. Logging requires technical expertise and professionalism from the logger, with a pair of strong hands and the necessary knowledge to quickly and effectively process the massive tree trunks. The technique of cutting down large century-old trees requires the skills and experience of professional carpenters. For large ancient trees, carpenters use large cutting equipment such as machinery, depending on the size and hardness of the tree to ensure time and labor efficiency. In cases where the ancient trees cannot be accessed by mechanical devices, carpenters use hand sawing techniques which take more time and effort but ensure safety and minimize damage to the tree and the surrounding environment. It is amazing that the cut wooden sections create a professional working environment for the carpenters, and valuable furniture products are created from them. Cutting down large century-old trees is a challenging task that requires experience, talent, and meticulousness. Cutting down these trees is not only a job, but also a way to respect and protect the cultural and historical heritage of the country. The use of professional machinery in woodcutting is extremely important. To carry out the worker must make careful preparations and choose suitable saws with appropriate power. They look full of energy as they begin their work. A professional team meticulously calculates everything from measuring the size of the tree trunk to determining the direction and length of the cut before starting the job. The clash of saw blades and the massive tree trunk is like the struggle between two wrestlers. The roaring sound of the saw echoes in the deserted forest as the workers' strong hands move the saw back and forth. Piece by piece, the wood separates from the tree trunk. It seems like he has won his struggle. With a professional team like this, cutting down trees has never been difficult for them. Therefore, we may think that this job is extremely simple, only requiring physical strength and a sharp saw to bring down any type of tree. However, one of the important aspects of this job requires professionalism and necessary skills. Calculating and evaluating everything such as the tree's position, health, and surrounding space is extremely important before starting the job. At the same time, without the necessary knowledge, the job cannot be carried out effectively and quickly. If this is your job in the near future, we think that this video has contributed to supplementing the necessary knowledge and giving you a broader perspective on this job. So why not give us a like and share? To get more interesting videos, subscribe to our channel. Thank you and see you in the next video. Bye!